does that do for you, or what does it do for the team?
Well, when I came here, it was important that that was one of the first things we talked about with Johnny, because he was consistent with the organization. It wasn't a change in turnover, and that was, and then being able to work for that 4 or 5 months together, know that it's not always compatible, but knowing that it was, and it worked. That's, at the end of the day, it's got to work. I mean, that is what it's about. I mean, that's the biggest change in the coaching part of the game is the size of staff now. I mean, you even look at us now, it's not like a 3 or 4 man thing. You look at the, Muzz and Nelly and Mike O'Connell and Kim. And, it's way bigger than you think. There's a lot of, even the last few days.
What did you start off with in Chicago? Like, what was your staff?
I was radar. I carried the
phone.
Yeah, that box. I did the travel, the hotels, the schedule.
Tickets.
Travel meaning airplanes.
Yeah.
That's what I did. That was sort of the first assistant coaches did. Then there was the guy who came in and started doing a little bit of video, and that was a spin of Roger Nielsen, because because then it became an isolated thing instead of it was very seldom a 3 or 4 man thing. I remember when we got Vladislav Tretiak in Chicago. To me, that was like, oh, that's awesome. Just to, and that was the goalie guy, but just to have somebody like that, and that's sort of what, quite honestly, that's how I got my first coaching job, was player coach. Right? So you don't see it as much now. I think guys have to. A lot of guys get out of the game and try and get back in. They have a hard time.
Was it harder for some coaches to delegate or to kind of let go of that power a little bit, or does it, once you do it, you see the value in it?
Yeah, I was never afraid of that. Even when you talk about Davis and Johnny, Davis and Johnny both been head coaches. The key is not, you shouldn't feel. Yeah, I'm the other way in that. I'm more is better in terms of the leadership part of it. As long as your staff understands their responsibilities, that's more important than anything. That's like the general having a lot of good generals with them. Shows you're going to work. It's all about, to me, it's just strictly about playoffs. It's all it's about. I want guys that are going to be able to hold up under pressure. And the longer you do it, when you can find it and you can see it.
Did you know John very well before you came here?
No.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think so.
No. We just, because he'd primarily stayed in that Eastern and primarily in Philly organization, and I'd only been in the West with 3 old organizations for the most part.
So switching subjects a little bit, how'd you evaluate the last few days here?
It's good for our team. I think Sunday was our 1 and 4 or 1 of the month days off, which is really good for us. We finished the 5 and 7.5 days, and then we had the fundraiser on after the game on Sunday. So it gave us, or on Saturdays, that gave us all Sunday, and then Monday was a real structure system, hard practice, and it was nothing to do with record or anything like that. It was based on when we talked to the players about the 5 and in the 7.5, what we were going to do on that Monday, and that was good. And then yesterday we gave some of the older guys the option of being here or not being here, and they chose not to be here, or guys that were big minute guys because of the next part of the schedule coming up and the recovery part of it. So that was good. And today was good practice again, so get ready for the games now.
Joe, can I ask you about the All-Star Game, and congratulations too. I know
It's
the
not
release.
official, so
I know that's why.
it's just these guys asked for you to come in and basically something I've talked to the league about off and on for the last 3 weeks, just figuring out whether you should or not, and what was best for the team and for the staff and for my family.
Ever cross your mind at all ever before, after having won the cup, that there would be an All-Star Game this year? Was it kind of a surprise the way that it
Wasn't nothing.
Wasn't nothing.
It's not in the terms that it isn't nothing, but no. Do you think really that I would think about that? Highly
A lot of hours in a day. You could think. I don't know. Never crossed your mind. That's wondering.
No, we got enough going on. That's why it's taken so long for me to make the decision, because quite honest, it's not, my staff's important and my family's important.
Does it seem in one sense that speaking of the cup final, it was just the other day, or does it seem like it was really a long time ago to you, or something in between?
No, it's pretty fresh.
Yeah.
I think that I can relive because I'm into the playoffs part of it more.
Yeah.
I can relive that, and not just last year's playoff, but just I have visually in my mind a lot of playoff games that I can think about that seem like really, really not far ago. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And when I think, I know it's because we play the Rangers tomorrow, but I don't look at it as the playoff part. I look at it as we won the 2 regular season games last year. We won 1-0 in there, and I think Tyler scored the only goal on the trip. And then the 3-1 game here, they scored the 200-foot, or no, 185-foot. They won a face-off in their zone.
Yeah.
That's what I remember most, and that was like October, and then we go.
Right after Jonathan got hurt in New York.
It's interesting though, because both teams got wrote off early in the year, and both teams played in the Stanley Cup Finals.